So I'm really glad that I'm here. I'm glad to be at my house tonight. Things are really awkward in my house tonight. My parents are sleeping in separate bedrooms the last couple days. My mom came home on Saturday. She found my dad wearing a dress. She didn't know how to react, so she kicked him out, made him sleep in the living room. She said, "I'm not staying in a room with someone like you, someone who acts like that." And he's like, "Baby, I told you, I'm just trying to pay tribute to Robin Williams." Okay. So I was feeling pretty down earlier this afternoon. I don't know what was the problem. I was pretty depressed. Then I looked in the mirror and I realized I'm a white middle-class male. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm Anthony Mustachio, or as my parents like to refer to me as, our son Anthony, the comedian. I've been doing stand-up comedy for about a year. I actually made a year this month. August 7th, 2013 was the very first time I did comedy. I'll never forget my first show. The reaction was amazing. I got off stage, my buddy Chris grabbed me, he goes, "Dude, that fucking sucked." Out in the parking lot, some random asshole just shouts out from across the parking lot, "Yo, bro, you should never do comedy again. That was fucking disgraceful." Oh, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. I was so excited. My very first time doing comedy, and I was already being compared to Dane Cook. It was so I'm from Staten Island. Anyone from Staten Island? Sorry to be right there. I'm from Staten Island. And Staten Island's kind of like, I noticed, is the Texas of New York. And that's not just because the residents are inbred morons. But Staten Island, I'm from there, I can say it, you can't. Staten Island, I noticed, always has to be bigger than everything else. If you have something, we do it bigger. You got a dump? Fuck you. We have the biggest dump in the world. You can see it from space. England, you got Mick Jagger's lips? Fuck you. We got Big Angie's lips. You got douchebags? Fuck you. We got half the cast of the Jersey Shore. How do you like that? So we always try to go hard on Staten Island. We always try to be bigger than everyone else. And now they're putting a Ferris wheel on Staten Island. And not just the Ferris wheel, they're making it the biggest Ferris wheel in the world. What stupid shit is that? I do not get it. That's so gimmicky. It's like trying to put a top hat on a turd. You can dress it up, make it fancy, but it's still shit. You're in comedy, I didn't do it. Wait till I settle apart. So I was recently in California for a month, hanging around, and I noticed I'd never felt more patriotic than when I was in California, in San Francisco to be specific, because San Francisco has the three most American things in the world: drugs, homeless people, and decorative fountains. You know, fountains in the park with all the water and the statues and stupid bullshit. That is literally the most American thing in the world. Seriously. You have countries like Africa or Ethiopia, third world countries, or like France or something, that are struggling, that barely have clean water, and we're over here with fountains saying, "Hey, fuck you, we have enough clean water, we fucking play with it." I don't get it. I've never felt more American than standing next to a fountain, punching an immigrant child in the face and saying, "God bless America." So what's really weird about San Francisco having fountains, all these fountains every other fucking square inch, is that California's actually going through a severe water drought, and they have been for a little while, which really makes this really fucking strange. So now if you're in San Francisco and you want like water, you just gotta drink Bud Light like the rest of the country. That's all I care about. But I think the best thing I learned while in San Francisco, I took a boat tour around Alcatraz. I got a little narration, the history of the jail, and I learned, and this is true, that every August they do a reunion in which old Alcatraz prisoners and old Alcatraz guards go to Alcatraz for a picnic. I cannot think of anything else I would rather be at than that. Can you imagine, like, day one they get off the boat? "Hey, aren't you Dan Benson, guy that killed 3 women?" "Yeah." "Aren't you Sergeant Schultz, the guy that fucking stopped me from getting butt fucked?" "Yeah." "Dude!" "I haven't seen you in forever." "Oh, I've been keeping good, keeping crime off the streets. What about you?" I've been rigging and killing more women." Oh, that's great. Glad to hear you're still in business." That is so fucking strange. I cannot think of anything else I would rather be at than that kind of reunion. And you know what? And if I was put in charge of that reunion, just for old time's sake, when they're on the ferry coming over, I would make all the ex-prisoners wear chains, just for old time's sake. Bring back a feeling of nostalgia. So, I watch a lot of porn. That's not the truth. Oh my god, it's just a fact. So I watch a lot of porn, and the other day I saw the strangest porn of all time. It was one of those porn videos that was not only like over an hour long, but also had a story. And not just the pizza guy shows up to the house and shit gets weird. No, that wasn't so weird. They went complex. These two women get into this big bitch fight over which one looks better. I'm prettier than you. No, I'm prettier than you. One of them ends up moving out. She moved into a frat house with a bunch of gold diggers, if you know what I mean. And they, there's a lot of footage of them playing music, if you know what I mean. Then she ends up ODing, passing out, and then some random fuck just comes along and just starts tonguing her corpse. At that point, I just fucking turned it off. No, thank you. I don't care what you say. I'm never watching Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs again. So, my ex-girlfriend was incredibly loud in bed. So loud she kept the neighbors up every night. Loud, faster, 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 slower, 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 slow down. What are you doing? What are you doing? No, stop, stop, stop. I was like, come on, shut the fuck up and put Mario Kart away. So she's my ex. She eventually wised up. Well, my girlfriend now she's cool. Sometimes I like to text her something ridiculous like, hey, I'm going to major in comedy. I'm just going to do this forever. Or hey, I'm going to dye my hair purple. Or hey, let's have sex. She always responds SMH. SMH, SMH, SMH all the time. I didn't know what that meant, so finally I was like, what the fuck does that mean? So she goes, shaking my head. Like, what the hell? Hey, let's have sex. So I got sick of that. Because sometimes I say some weird shit. Sometimes the people I hang out with say some weird shit. You know, some things deserve more than just a head shake. So someone texts me something ridiculous like, hey, Justin Bieber's awesome. What am I just going to respond with this? I think it deserves more than just a shake. So now someone says me something shit, some stupid bullshit like that, like, hey, I love Miley Cyrus. I respond MJF. They said, what does that mean? I say, obviously, it stands for Michael J. Fox.